Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I am glad you are here for our holiday season survival group coaching session. And today, my goal is to help you enjoy this season without losing your progress, your energy, or your peace of mind. So, a couple of quick reminders. Remember, I highly recommend having a food scale, a measuring tape. These aren't about obsession, they are about awareness. So they help you understand your portions and see progress even when the scale fluctuates. Also, if you have not joined our free SassyFit Queens Facebook group community yet, I would love for you to join. Send me a message in the app and I will send that link over to you so that you can be included in that for added motivation, tips, tricks, and all the above. It's full of women just like you, working, parenting, juggling life, and still choosing themselves. As far as the game plan reminder, and I forgot to say that we're doing a little housekeeping before we dive into our lesson. But for the game plan reminder, remember to stay on track, especially during the holidays. It does help to focus on the basics. Make sure you track your food as best as you can, as accurately as you can. Move with intention for 45 minutes to an hour daily, even if it's just walking. And resistance train at least 3 to 5 days a week. At the very minimum, 2, but not less than 2. Drink plenty of water. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And I promise you, if you trust the game plan and give yourself grace along the way and understand that there's nothing perfect about this journey, it's about showing up, you will absolutely continue to progress, even in December. Okay? So, it's that time of year again. Holiday music, parties, food everywhere, family, stress, joy, all mixed in together. And let's be real, the holidays can be a real test for our health goals and our fitness goals. So I know sometimes many of us struggle with things like overeating, skipping workouts, stress eating, late night snacking, drinking more than usual, and feeling guilty after meals. So just remember that if you are intentional and mindful about the choices that you make, and do everything with balance and moderation, then you'll be okay. Because it's okay to enjoy the holidays. It's nothing wrong with indulging in activities with family, friends, and loved ones. But as long as you are mindful to not overdo it, then you'll be fine. So now we're going to dive into our chat. So again, we're talking about the holiday season survival guide. It's not just to survive the season, but to thrive in the season. So if you're watching this back, grab a cozy spot, grab your water, your tea, and let's go. Let's dive into it. So now the first thing we're going to talk about is post-Thanksgiving and post-event recovery. So let's start with something that's kind of big. Thanksgiving just ended a couple weeks ago, and some of us are still recovering from that. It just depends on how it went for you. So, first I want you to hear this. Enjoying holiday food does not mean that you have failed. It means that you're human and you're living life. The problem is not one big meal. The problem is when you make that one meal turn into the mindset of, well, I already messed up. I might as well start over in January. Does that sound familiar? Instead, let's talk about a simple recovery plan that you can use after any holiday meal. The first one is hydration reset. So you want to start the next day with a big glass of water. I personally do lemon water just because the lemon has a natural digestive enzyme in it. So when you mix that with water, you're giving your body that boost of hydration as well as a digestion boost. So your body needs to flush out the extra sodium, reduce bloating, and increase energy. And that mixture can really help you out. And it's good if you do it with warm water or room temperature water. The second thing, gentle movement. You don't have to punish yourself with the crazy workout after the holiday meal or Thanksgiving or even Christmas. Go for a walk, stretch, do a light workout. Movement helps with digestion and mood. And return to your balanced eating schedule. Don't skip meals out of guilt. That is the worst thing you can do for your body. That usually leads to overeating later or having those late night cravings that we often have. So focus on protein, veggies, fiber-rich carbs, and plenty of water. Okay, so if you've already bounced back after the holidays, wonderful. Think about the things that you would usually do after the holidays and compare it to maybe something different that you would do now that you know better, that you've learned better. Okay? The goal is to remember that you're one meal away from being back on track, not 1 month away, one meal. It's all about getting back to your usual habits. Just because you have an off-plan meal doesn't mean that it's going to kill you or derail you completely. You just need to jump right back on. And a lot of times people are like, well, I'm not going to eat breakfast, or I'm not going to do my usual thing because, I had all this yesterday, or I need to do this big time cleanse. I need to drink this detox tea so I can poop out everything I ate. Who wants to live their life like that? That is not healthy. I'm going to binge eat and then I'm going to poop it out with some detox tea. No. Get back to a regular, healthy regimen. One that you are accustomed to, one that is in your plan. And start there. But the very first thing is to hydrate. First thing in the morning. All right? Now we're going to get into healthy holiday recipe swaps. And we're going to talk about food in a fun way. Because the holidays are full of fun foods. Cookies, cakes, pies, candy, gingerbread houses, all the things. So think about your favorite holiday dish. Maybe mac and cheese, sweet potato pie, dressing, punch, cookies. Now, instead of cutting it out, ask yourself, how can I lighten up this portion or do it differently? So some good examples are using Greek yogurt instead of heavy cream when you're making your recipes, or sour cream and dips and mashed potatoes. Baking instead of deep frying. I know a few of you love to deep fry things. That is not the healthiest way to do it. Bake it instead of frying it. Air fry it. Use half sugar, half natural sweetener. Add a veggie or a salad to the plate and balance things out. But you can still enjoy yourself. I do it every year and I don't feel deprived. If it's Thanksgiving and I have a balanced plate, I make sure, okay, I'm going to have my balanced plate. I'm going to make sure I have my protein, my carbs, and some veggies. And then I'm going to wait a couple hours and then I'm going to have dessert. I'm not going to stuff myself with a full plate and dessert at one time. That is too much at one time. Wait a couple hours, have your dessert. Go ahead and grab your dessert, because if your family's anything like my family, desserts go fast, okay? So you might want to go ahead and fix your dessert and then just have it off to the side. And then while you're talking and mingling with your family, you can go ahead and indulge in your dessert once your food has gone down a bit. Also, think of holiday parties and gatherings where food and drinks are everywhere and it's very easy to lose track. So mindful eating is not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes on purpose. And what I mean by yes on purpose is just basically intent. You can have it, but you don't have to fill your entire plate with it. And you don't have to have everything all at one time. You can space it out. You can have the things that you enjoy and space it out. So it means, one, don't show up starving, because that is the fastest way to end up in a bad situation. Eat something before you go, so you're not like, oh, I've been sitting here waiting all this time for this meal and I'm gonna tear it up, right? That's how overeating happens. Have breakfast. Follow your usual routine. If dinner is at 1 or whatever, have your breakfast. Me, I'll have a light breakfast, and then if I get hungry right before and I don't want to be, when you get there, you have to, well, my family, we say prayer. At Thanksgiving, we say things we're thankful for. We talk and everything. You don't just walk in the house and start eating. So I'm going to have a protein shake, because that way I have something in my stomach is not like growling and super ridiculously hungry. So don't show up starving. Eat a small balanced snack like protein. Like I say, I have a shake. You can do Greek yogurt. You can do a boiled egg, turkey slice, a little carb, a fruit, some whole grain crackers, something light, but that will make you not be full, but not be starving when you go. And it helps prevent that attack the table type of mode. So you want to be careful about that. Also, scan the food before you scoop. Instead of just grabbing everything at once, walk the table first. Scan it with your eyes, and I don't mean like get your phone and scan it. I'm not talking about that. Scan with your eyes. Look and see what options are available. That's what I do. I look at a glance and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this instead of that. Or if I want both, I'm going to get a little this, a little that, Because if it's a lot of good options, I like to taste everything. So I just get a little bit. That way I can taste it. And then I'm also very picky. So I taste it. If I like it, I can get a little bit more. If I don't like it, then it's not really going to waste because I just got a little bit. And also ask yourself, what do I really want? And choose your must-haves first. Use the plate rule. Have the plate of veggies or salad. Eat the salad first. A quarter of the plate is protein. And a quarter of a plate is carbs or fun foods. Okay? And slow down. Stop eating so fast. The food is not going to go any faster than you eat it. There is no need to be racing while you eating your food. Because what that does is your brain doesn't have time to catch up to the fact that you're actually full because you done scarfed down the food. Chew it. Enjoy it. Put the fork down between bites. Talk. Connect. Let your brain catch up to your stomach. Because by the time your brain catches up to your stomach half the time, especially if you eat real fast, you feel stuffed and uncomfortable. And then you get the itis. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what the itis is. When you sit back and you be like, ugh. And then you take a nap. So just keep in mind and think about one mindful habit that you'd be really willing to try at your next event based off of what I just mentioned. Okay? Now I want to talk about movement. We all know that the holidays come packed with packed schedules, work, kids, travel, events, you name it. But here's the mindset shift that I want you to adopt. Something, activity-wise, is better than nothing. It doesn't have to be a full workout to count. On Thanksgiving, me and my husband always because I go visit his mom, my mother-in-law, Mama Francis, on Thanksgiving, and every Thanksgiving we always get up and walk to the park. So they have this outdoor park that has some workout machines that body weight stuff. And it takes us about 15-20 minutes to walk there. And we get on the machines, do a little light something, 3 rounds of each machine that we want to do. And then we walk back. That's not a full gym workout because it's probably 2 or 3 exercises we do. We just do 3 rounds of each one. And then we walk back. And we got a mile and a half of a walk. And then 20 minutes of a workout. It doesn't have to be crazy. You could do something in your house. Sometimes if it's cold and we can't, the weather doesn't permit us to walk to the park, We'll just do some push-ups and sit-ups in the house and some jumping jacks for cardio. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy as long as you're moving. So some simple ways to stay active is like 10 to 15 minute movement breaks, walking after the meal, at least 10 minutes to walk down the food. That's like the best thing you can do after a meal. Like instead of eating and then sitting down and falling asleep, get up and go for a walk. Bring some people along with you. Me and Greg do it all the time. We'll be like, we going for a walk. Anybody want to join us? And sometimes people join us. Sometimes one person joins, sometimes multiple people join, and we just make it a whole family thing and have a conversation and laugh it out and sightsee, make it fun. But especially after a big meal, it's great to go out for a walk if weather permits. Take the stairs when you can. Do quick body weight circuits at home. I just gave y'all something. Jumping jacks, push-ups, and sit-ups. That's all you gotta do. If you got a chair, you can do some bench dips. Or chair dips. And like I said, get the family involved. Do some games, some movement games. Like we'll do play the, like musical chairs. You play the radio and then you stop it, but it's not musical chairs. You do your favorite dance, you know what I'm saying? And then you stop and see who's still moving. Whoever's still moving, they're out of the game. That's a way to get moving. Just make it fun. Do dance, step challenges, games, all the things. Just make it fun. And you can even say something like, before we turn on the movie, let's go for a 10-minute walk. And if nobody wants to join you, go by yourself. Because all the time, family is not going to understand what your goals are. And I understand that it is a family situation or a friend situation where you're having these celebrations. But at the end of the day, these are your goals and your goals alone. If they want to come, they'll come. If not, don't be like, well, I ain't going to go because nobody want to go with me. It's your goals. So consider that. And also keep in mind, I want you to think about one realistic movement goal that you can commit to during the holidays. Something like 6K to 8K steps a day. That's really not a lot. It's really not. Walking 15 minutes every morning or doing 3 short workouts per week. I just recently got me a little mini treadmill and I'm loving it because with me sitting down for work all the time, it's nothing for me to be like, all right, I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to go in there and put on something, whether it's music. I love music. I'm not a big TV person unless I'm watching it with my son or my husband. But put on something for 15 minutes, go walk on my treadmill, and then be like, okay, I'm good, and come back to work. Child, please. You can't tell me nothing. Uh-oh, we got somebody coming in. Woohoo. I love it. I love it. Hey, Jelani. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, I'm so excited you're able to come. So I just finished talking about staying active and fit during the holiday season. And my engagement question for you is, what is one realistic movement goal that you can commit to during the holidays?
I would say walking, realistically. Huge.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a great one. I was giving examples like walking 6K, 8K steps daily, walking 15 minutes every morning, doing 3 short workouts per week. I was telling everybody how I just got me a mini treadmill, and you can't tell me nothing. It's right in my living room in the corner. So like, I got up this morning. I did 20 minutes before I started work because today is my cardio day, and so I'm doing some office stuff, of course, doing a group coaching call. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna go do another 15 minutes. Like, you can break it up, and if it's cold outside, right there, no excuses. Love it. So just make it realistic so you can actually win, because consistency beats perfection, right? And just so y'all know, Jelani has been killing it. He is my only male client, and I know he's not going nowhere because the results Home Skillet Biscuit has gotten over the years. He is shredded, y'all. You want to tell everybody where you started? Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, no problem. So I started at around, I think like 245.
Mm-hmm.
Weight wise, I'm currently right now, last time I checked, I'm like 185. I'm like in that 180
And
range.
shredded, y'all. Shredded. Like, seeing is believing. And he's been with me since 2021. 2021.
Just about, yeah.
And it's about to be 2026. So he right now is in his maintenance phase. He's done the work, he's asked the questions, he's shown up for himself. Because remember, y'all not showing up for me. A lot of times y'all get it confused and think that you're showing up for me, or that you're cheating me, or that you're being sneaky with me. No. You're cheating yourself. You're being sneaky with yourself. You're messing up your goals, not my goals. I write out the roadmap, but it's up to you if you really want to make change, if you really want those blood work levels to go down, if you really want that back fat to disappear, you have to do it. I'm going to tell you how to do it, but it's still up to you to do it. And nothing worth having is going to come easily. And my program is designed around sustainability, not about quick fix. It's nothing like that. Nothing is quick fix around here. So, super excited about that. Thank you for sharing, Jelani. So, now we're going to talk about embracing the spirit of giving. So, the holidays are about giving to others, but I also want you to think about what you're giving yourself. So, some acts of giving can look like encouraging someone else in their journey, being that example that they can look after. Because oftentimes we don't have to verbally encourage anyone. All we have to do is show up for ourselves. People are watching. Whether we realize it or not, people are watching. So, bringing a healthier dish to share, I do it all the time. My family loves when I make mac and cheese. I make it from scratch. I make my own cheese sauce from scratch, everything. They love my mac and cheese. They love my green beans and my black eyed peas, right? Because they know one is going to be tasty, and they also know it's going to have good ingredients, good whole food ingredients. Um, Also, checking on a friend's mental health. A lot of us have friends that are going through things. Check on them. Being kind to yourself when you don't hit your day perfectly, and just telling yourself, all right, we gonna do this right. We gonna hydrate in the morning. We're gonna get right back on our plan. That's what we're gonna do. Self-care is also giving. So you're giving to your future self less stress, better health, more years, and more memories with your family. So what's one way you want to give to others this season, and one way you can give to yourself?
One way I can give to myself, I would definitely say self-care for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's becoming a big thing for me. And for helping others, I would say the mental health for sure. I would say
Mm-hmm.
checking on everybody, making sure everybody's good, making sure everybody is, okay mentally and physically and that kind of stuff.
Yep, that's good. That's good. I love it. So, lastly, we're going to talk about stress, because the holidays can definitely be emotionally loud, especially for people who have lost loved ones during the holidays, people who are by themselves for the first time during the holidays, um, people who, have traumas centered around the holidays, and it doesn't really bring happiness for them. So, with that, stress can show up as overthinking, emotional eating, snapping at people, like projecting. So, whatever you're feeling on the inside, projecting that. That's not fair. That is not fair, because nobody knows what you're going through but you and God. And for you to project that onto somebody, it is not fair. You need to deal with that, get help with that, talk to a therapist, work on healing from whatever it is that's having you feel that way on the inside, so you don't project that energy on other people, because it's not fair. You'll have people looking at you like, well, what did I do? It's nothing you did. is something they're dealing with, and you were the punching bag that was really readily available for them to pounce on. So it also looks like exhaustion and sleeping too much or too little. And we also know during the holidays we have less daylight. So we deal with that, and a lot of rainy days, cool days. So with less sunlight and rainy days, people feel gloomy. They have that thought process of remembrance of things. It brings back nostalgia. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. So although you cannot remove all your stress, you can manage it. So I want to provide some simple stress management tools. You can do 5 to 10 minutes of deep breathing or prayer meditation, whichever speaks to you. A calming walk without your phone. Saying no to an event if you don't have the capacity to go. It is okay to say no. You don't have to go to every event. I know I don't. If I don't have the capacity, if I know my mental health is not in a state where I am okay to entertain people, I will not go. Because it's more enjoyable when you do have that bandwidth. Also, setting a bedtime and protecting that bedtime. Oftentimes, we have spouses or kids, and we allow them to make us feel bad about our bedtime or what have you. Mine already know. 8:30, I'm going upstairs. You can either come with me or you can stay downstairs. I don't mind whichever you choose. I'm protecting my bedtime because I know if I don't get adequate rest and if I don't give my body time to wind down, I'm not going to be productive properly the next day. I'm going to be stressed out, trying to push through and do things that I need done, but my mentality is suffering because of it. And because I don't like that feeling, you can say whatever you want to say while I walk away. With my kids, I have two boys, and they have understood my boundary of sleep since they were little. They know when mommy goes into her room, it's bedtime. If mommy's door is closed, play with your toys and watch TV until she wakes up. She's not going to be down for long. And one thing I used to say all the time, if it's not an emergency, and I taught them what emergencies were. If it's not an emergency, do not come in here and call me. Y'all better not be fighting over toys because that's not an emergency. If I have to get out of my bed and it's not an emergency, y'all are not going to like me very much. So they learned at a very young age. And believe it or not, 75% of people like structure, and they also like to be challenged. We have this misconception that if we set boundaries that we're going to upset people. If you've never had boundaries and you start to set boundaries, you may upset them initially. They might try to say you're acting funny. But at the end of the day, if you're consistent with their boundary, they will begin to respect it. Boundaries are not for people to like. Boundaries are protection for yourself. And it doesn't matter how small your kid is or the fact that you have a husband, you still need to set boundaries. And if they love you and respect you, the husband or the spouse, they will honor your boundary. And it's okay to go the extra mile and explain to them why you set that boundary. I did it with my kids. I never left anything for misunderstanding. I made sure you understand mommy is very tired. I did a lot today. I love you very much, but I need to take a nap. Even much so that now that they're adults and Zach is a big teenager, he's 16, they'll look at me and be like, Mommy, you look like you need to relax. And then if I say I'm gonna relax and I don't, Mom, I thought you said you was gonna take a nap. What are you doing? Because I started that when they were little. So now they expect me when I say I'm gonna relax to do it. So it's all about setting a boundary, being consistent, and following through with it. Protect your energy, protect your bedtime, protect your boundaries. And boundaries are not mean. And also, another thing you can do is journal your feelings instead of eating them. Because eating your feelings honestly makes you feel worse. Because once you're done eating your feelings, you go through regret and self sabotage. Like, why did I eat that? I can't believe I did that. Now my goals are gonna be messed up, and I gotta tell coach that I ate this, and she's gonna blah 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 blah. So if you write down your feelings instead of eating them, that's a more healthy way to manage your stress. So, what is one stress habit you want to release, and one stress management habit you would like to add?
Stress, stress management that I would like to start doing, I would say probably well, there's two of them. I would say probably the breathing and the walk without the phone. So like a lot of times, I would go for a walk, but I always have my phone like in my hand or in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, okay, what if somebody call me? What if somebody happens or whatever? So it's like I just need to sometimes just go on that walk just to like gather my
Unplug.
thoughts, yeah, and do that. And then stress habit, I would say, I before it's not as bad now, but before I started my journey, I would say I was eating my feelings. Like I felt like I was overeating a lot because at the time I always felt like food was my comfort thing just
Mm-hmm.
to, get over it and then I'll just deal with it later. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm still managing, but it's way better than what it was. I'll say
That's
that.
good. So how do you manage it now? You say you're still managing it. How do you manage it now at this stage in your
So,
journey?
so like now when I'm feeling, so a lot of times I notice when I'm feeling something because I would stand in front of the pantry and like look for something. And then I would just be like, you know what? I just need to drink water. So I close the pantry and then I just go and drink water and I just go in and relax
Mm-hmm.
and like just find something else to do. Because
That's
if I
good.
stand in front of that pantry, I'm gonna find something.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna
If you
find
look for
something.
something long enough, you're gonna find what you're looking for, right? Don't they say
Right.
that?
So I try my best to not do that because I know it's gonna mess me up if I do too much.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Thanks for sharing. It definitely is important to pause and be like, why am I standing here? And then you reflect on your feelings in that moment. So that's really good. Good. Just remember managing stress is not just mental. It affects your eating, your energy, and your weight loss. So taking care of your mind is taking care of your body. Okay. So now I want to open the floor, and I know we only have one floor member, but it's okay. It's gonna we gonna get more people. So what stood out the most to you from what we talked about since you joined? What stood out the most to you?
I would say the stress management for sure. The holidays can be a very stressful time because it's like you have to do all this stuff, you have to do all this shopping, you gotta buy this, you gotta do that, you gotta cook this, you gotta cook that. So like I feel like stress management is such an important thing, not even just for the holidays, just in general,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody have their own lives dealing with, everybody, is either working or going through their own personal struggles and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel the stress management was a big takeaway for me personally.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And what's something that you think you want to try immediately?
Definitely the walking for sure. Normally like whenever I do walk, I always be thinking like I need to go and walk around my complex, but I normally just like walk in the gym, but like I think I just need to start just walking around my complex without my phone and just unplug and just look around and gather my thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, and decompress. That's the best thing. Oh my gosh, it's the best. So, do you have any questions about holiday eating, movement, stress, your program? We have time if you have any questions.
No, not really. A little self-care thing I'd like to share with you. I'm going on my first cruise
Woo!
coming up.
Come on
So
now, come on, Cruise.
so I'm going on a little self-care trip. And it's so funny because yesterday my mom just saw me. She was like, you always working, you always doing stuff for others. She's like, when was the last time you did something for you? Like,
Come on, mama.
she's like, and my mom got a bigger heart than me. So
Yes. That's
she,
where you get it from.
you're right. So she's like, it's okay to treat yourself, treat yourself. And I'll be like, no, I'm fine. I'll just do what I have. I'm good. She's like, no, like, go
I love
do
that.
what you gotta do. So,
Hmm.
doing that,
You
going
have a
with some friends
wonderful,
and stuff.
wonderful mother. I love her
Yes.
forever. She's like the best. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
best. So awesome. That's good. I love that. And it's important because sometimes we can be on go, 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 go and don't even like y'all have to tell me, like, coach, when you gonna sit down? And now I have
Yeah.
a coaching team and they be like, we got it. We You hired us so you can
Mm-hmm.
we got it. I'm like, okay, but when you're used to always having your hands and
Right.
handling and managing,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's hard to sit back and be like, do they got it? But then you come back and you like they got, like when I went on that cruise
Mm-hmm.
early this year
Yeah.
and I
Mm-hmm.
had just brought Erin on and she,
Mm-hmm.
boy, I came back, I was like
And she's doing amazing,
killing
honestly.
it. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Killing it. I said, Erin, you the best. You the best, so like I love her for it. She's just as enthusiastic as I am
Mm-hmm.
and it shows. It really shows. So I agree with your mom sometimes, and it be like that sometimes with hard workers. Oftentimes we want to pour and pour and pour, and then we got to do this
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, and it's okay. It's not selfish. We need that, and then we feel so much better afterwards.
Yep.
So thanks for sharing that. So I always give homework.
Mm-hmm.
So the homework is going to be three parts. The first part, choose one mindful eating strategy to practice at your next meal or event. For example, the plate rule, slowing down, not arriving starving, making sure that you have a light snack before you go because if your family's anything like mine, you're not going to show up to the house and start eating. You gonna show up, you still waiting for people to arrive, you gonna say a prayer, people still setting up their dishes. You are not gonna walk in and grab no food. So you don't wanna show up starving. So don't do that to yourself. Number two, choose one movement goal to keep throughout the holidays. I know you said you're gonna do your walking without your phone. That's awesome. And also write your holiday health intention. Complete this sentence in your notes or your journal. This holiday season, I will honor my body by. So, this holiday season, I will honor my body by whatever that thing is. Okay? And also, you can take a screenshot, write it down, you can share it in the group chat, the group support. And I just want to put a reminder for everybody to please be intentional about checking the announcements because the announcements tab is the hub where I announce things for everybody at one time. And of course, if I don't get any reactions, because the reactions are the only way for me to know that you saw the announcement, then I'm messaging everybody individually to make sure you got it. So just be intentional about checking the announcements and engaging in the group support just so that like when we get new people they can be motivated as well. But you're doing wonderful. And just remember, this season is about joy, connection, and gratitude. You don't have to choose between enjoying your life and honoring your health. And small daily choices will help you feel lighter, clearer, and more in control. Okay, so before the call ends, what's one word that describes how you are leaving this call? One word.
One word. I'll say refreshed.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that word. So why you
Yeah,
choose
I'll say
that word?
refreshed. I chose that because that's why I honestly like these group calls because it's very educational and it's like you learn something. Is like even though you may have had prior knowledge, you always learn something new. I always say you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
So um I just feel refreshed knowing even more stress management tips and what to do to help others and that kind of stuff, what I can do to honor my body this holiday season, that kind of stuff. So I would say refreshed.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I do appreciate you for attending the call today. Just a reminder, now we used to do it once a month, but now we're doing it every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. So if you are available to attend, that would be wonderful. Um, Next week, we are going to be talking about um, what is it? Oh, we're going to be talking about like continuing your journey and what that looks like and how to overcome emotional eating. So just be ready for your questions. I know emotional eating is a thing that people really struggle with. And you even said that that was something you used to struggle with. So we're going to tackle overcoming emotional eating next week. So I look forward to having you. And hopefully we'll get more people on. But of course, this is recorded. So the portion that you missed, you can watch it back. And I'll be posting that in the um, lifestyle videos tab a little bit later today.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming, and we'll chat
No problem.
soon.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.